everyone, welcome to this Invent Talk. My name is Esmeralda Postma and today I'm meeting with Wim Wensink, Venture Lead of Capgemini's ASE. The ASE, short for Accelerated Solutions Environment, is all about speeding up by slowing down. It helps our clients crack very complex challenges in their organizations, mostly in a very dynamic and complex stakeholder field. So you're working mostly with a large group of participants and help them slowing down before you help them also jump into action. So what is this holding back this large group of participants? What is it about and why is it important?
Yeah, thanks. It's important because you have this really big group of participants from various units from a company, for instance, and it's important to get them aligned. So to bring them up to speed, to get them on the same knowledge level, but also to get them aligned, to make them understand why are they there and what are you going to do today. And that takes a little bit time. So not jump into action immediately, but first aligning people. And that's slowing them down a little bit.
So help everyone understand their role in this complex situation that the organization is in, aligning all thoughts, all ideas, and then make a plan forward.
Exactly, that's how it's done, yeah.
And how does the ASE do that?
Well, we have different tools and methodologies to do that. It's called the MG Taylor methodology. So it's a huge toolkit which we use, but you could say there's one model that's applicable to every agenda, so to every design of an event. And that model is very simple. It's scan, focus, and act. So scan means bringing everybody on the same level of knowledge, aligning people. Focus, testing the knowledge you just received, cracking it, finding out new ideas. And then start acting. So you can imagine, first you have to do the scan, then focus. That takes a bit of time, and then you go into the action mode. And that really is the acceleration part of the accelerated solutions environment.
And why does specifically the focus part take a lot of time?
Yeah, because you need to have some time to, in different groups of people, test the knowledge you just heard in the scan phase. And you have to mix the group of participants as well. You should not be together in one single group all the time, but we are mixing it around a little bit so that the whole group does understand different perspectives. And that takes time.
And what are the methodologies, or how does it work?
It's always designed by default. So every time, again, it's different because every client, every organization has a specific challenge, which is always complex, and there are a lot of stakeholders involved, a lot of participants. So complex challenge, a lot of stakeholders, then the ASE is a tool to use. And how are we going to design a 1-day, 2-day or 3-day event? That depends on the question at hand. So we might call it wicked problems. That's what we do at the ASE. And we use the tools and the modules from the MG Taylor methodology, which has been around for, I think, over 30 years by now, and is still successful.
And what is something that excites you most about the ASE and the feedback maybe that you receive from the participants?
Yeah, what excites me most is that if we have a diverse group of participants. So just the other day I had this event and there were 6 different organizations involved.
Okay.
And those 6 organizations needed to accomplish something, transformation program. And they had to do it in 6 months' time, which is undoable actually. But we gathered them together in the ASE, in our environment. We had them there for 2 days. And those 6 different organizations, at the beginning, they didn't know each other. But after 2 days, they did. And they knew who people were, what they had to do, what responsibilities were, but also where pain was, what was emotional, what was political, etc., etc. And what excites me really is that a group of people like that really finds each other, falls in love a little bit with each other, and therefore makes better decisions and faster decisions.
Yeah.
One of the quotes afterwards was, what we did in these 2 days, if I would have done it myself, it would have taken me a half a year. Well, that's the acceleration part of the ASE.
And that's mostly because you built this relationship, you built this new way of working together during those 2 or 3 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because at the ASE, we don't build anything. We don't know anything, well, so to speak. What we know is the process.
Yeah.
So basically, it's about how to organize that people work in a different kind of way. How to design a 2 or 3 day event and let people do things during those days.
Yeah.
And it's always about 2 aspects, actually. It's transformational and transactional. So transformational means getting people aligned, making them fall in love a little bit with each other. Transactional means getting things done. Milestones, deliverables, meeting deadlines, actions.
Making it concrete.
Making it concrete, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always the balance of those 2 things. And they're always there, transformation and transaction. So getting aligned and getting things done.
Yeah, super cool. So when you look at the results, what are the results that the ASE books for a client? In what situations should a client definitely contact you?
Yeah. Very simply said, complex challenge, a lot of stakeholders, then the ASE is a tool to use. How to find that out? It always starts with a conversation, with an intake. And an intake conversation is always us asking questions like, what's the objective you're trying to achieve? What kind of result do you want to walk away with? Who are the participants? Etc., etc. Those kinds of questions. In an intake interview with those kinds of questions, the client understands what the real problem is. And sometimes then the ASE is a tool.
Just by asking the
can help.
questions. Yeah.
Exactly. Only that conversation is already valuable.
Okay.
And then if we know all that, we can start designing the event. And of course, designing an ASE is in co-creation. So it's not us only doing the work. No, it's us doing the homework on the process side. And the client has content which he wants to insert in that process. And together, we build an agenda.
Thank you for all your insights. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to Wim Wensink. This is Capgemini's Invent Talk, and we'll hope to see you back soon.